Hello everyone, welcome to Ghost Prime's Transformers Reviews. In this video, we're taking a look at Kingdom Trax. Now, he is a deluxe class figure. Trax is a character that has been pretty much everywhere since the second season of the original Generation 1 cartoon. That was when he was first appeared, and he's been in subsequent media all the way till today. He's had multiple figures based off him, based off his likeness, and this is the latest. And I want this to be really good. I've really wanted this to be a good figure. And it's, I think it just falls short of that. The sculpt work is beautiful, but it just falls short of a really great figure. Although, he looks nice. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. And as we always do, let's take a look at the packaging. He comes in the standard Kingdom Warfare Cybertron Trilogy packaging with a beautiful looking package art. Just gorgeous. I really like both of these. He looks great. His expression here. This is premium quality stuff here. Siege logo. On the back, we see his CG renderings of the character, which is weird that he's holding his rocket launchers, but it is something you can do. The top. Please recycle. Autobot, bottom, don't care about. Inside the box, we do get in the instruction sheet done in the gray, black, and bright green. Very clear instructions. Now, this is kind of interesting. Well, at least I thought it was. So first, the instructions show you of course, there he is in car mode, and then undo it into flight mode. I don't know why they didn't do flight mode first, and then switch it to car mode, because you have to basically turn it into flight mode to get it into car mode. It's just kind of weird. And you get a card. I have not checked this out yet. It is Megatron. And let's see what we reveals. If I have a different one than I have before. Galvatron. That is a new one for me. So that's the one I got. And of course you do get two sets of weapons. First off, you get his dual blasters that he can either hold or it goes on the roof of the car. And you get his handheld blaster, which has some hollowness on the side here, but otherwise is the shape of the one in the cartoon. It should be noted, these are in the back of that packaging, behind him and under where they put them, so don't forget about these when you get the figure. Of course, you get the figure of the package and his weapons here. Weapon storage is on a 5mm peg at the top. He could also hold this in his hand, but why would we do that? This is Trax. He has those above his head. And then you could put his gun here, or he has a peg hole here. All right, let's take a close look at the figure as he is with the weapons attacked and see some of that just wonderful detailing on him. He absolutely has a nice amount of detail going for him. A little bit of a big backpack there. It does stick out kind of far, but overall it doesn't detract from it, I think. He's kind of one of those figures that always would have a backpack. Now, there is a couple things that I don't like. While his faux chest looks great, it is not an actual windshield, but he has all the detailing across here. He has just a ton of detailing on him. No paint on the wings, which I hope to have maybe a Toy Hack sticker sheet for. He definitely is crying for that. I do like how the front, the flames there appear on the back of the legs like the toy. I think that's a very cool thing that they kept that design element. Overall, he's a really good design. This way we can see some of that detail. He does have, now some of the things he does have here is really hollow arms. That is a downside to him, but he's got an excellent face sculpt with the blue painted eyes. Just a really, really nice looking face sculpt. I mean, they went all out on the sculpt on this, and I can't fault them for that. There's a couple things I can for sure on this figure, but the sculpt, even where the stickers would be, or the paint would be, is there. This on the shin, I don't like that that's there. And he could have used a little bit of red and yellow here on his waist. But overall, I think he does look really great. He has an excellent look. He's got 5mm ports here on the shoulders, and I believe on the feet, on the heels, and one on the back. This is for the missiles. Like I said, he looks the part. He looks really nice. Now, something that is a shame is the way these pieces here connect to the shins, or lack thereof. So this does not, there's a peg here and there's a peg hole here. As you can see, it's a rather deep peg hole, but it doesn't actually connect, and it's real loose. And there's this here is where this is a pin, not a screw, so there's no way to tighten it. And there are times when you could hold him and he could just fall over, but leave his feet standing up. And that's a shame. And I can see somewhere over time where these would really be a problem. It's going to affect his standing and his actual display a lot in the future. All right, let's get into some articulation real fast. So for articulation, his arm can go 360 degrees all the way around. Watch out, because I have had this one pop off. He has bicep swivel all the way around. He has not quite 90 at the elbow, which honestly, that's kind of a shame there. He can only go that far on the elbow. His arm can go out that far. His wings are articulated. His head on a ball joint, but doesn't get much movement. It's kind of hindered by, there's a post right behind his head that he can only go look that far that way and that far left and right, which he would have full movement otherwise, a little bit up and down movement. His waist is on a swivel, so he can go 360 all the way around. His leg can go all the way out. He has biceps. He has thigh swivel, and he has a crotch flap. Leg go out that far, and his leg go further back, but it is hindered by the backpack. His knee, about 90 degrees. His foot is on a ball joint, which actually has a huge degree of rotation, forward and backward. So you get some good poses from that. He has zero wrist articulation. So first up, let's compare him with his cartoon iteration right here. As you can see, he does keep a lot of the same colors and shape as the cartoon model. He doesn't have a lot of the color that the paint work that, like I said, hopefully we get some toy hacks for. Here he is with the Reveal the Shield previous version of Trax we got. Now, he doesn't have a faux chest, but he also takes this mold from Wheeljack. Here he is with his Generation 1 self, so you can see kind of a size there. They look good together. Here he is with another deluxe class Wheeljack. Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime. And Masterpiece Trax. So as you can see where the paintwork would be on him, this should have the same paintwork. The head sculpt is primarily the same. It takes a lot of cues from this one, a whole lot of cues from the design of this one. All right, moving on to transformation. The first thing you want to do is remove the weapons. You want to take his backpack piece here, move that out. There's a tab that tabs in, and it moves up like this. And then, now this piece is entirely plastic, clear plastic. The whole back piece is entirely clear plastic, so be careful with this. It's on two hinges here. You want to take it, straighten that out, and get that just a little bit. It will flex a bit, and that's always a scary thing when clear plastic flexes. But that's almost the whole car right there. So we have something like this. Why my camera's not focusing all of a sudden. So then you want to take his waist, move that out, take his chest, push that in. And then what we can do now is turn him around, turn his waist all the way around like this. So you have his feet sticking out. His feet are kind of a pain in the ass. You want to move these panels here from the shins up, push, move it up on a hinge, right here, rotate it all the way around the waist piece. And we turn it over, his feet are like this. His feet are gonna go out like that. So we kind of start cleaning this up a little bit. Fold the bottom. There is 2 pegs. Peg those together. Got the feet. Feet rest upon the chest there. This whole piece from the back is on a hinge or on a rotating point. Rotate that up. Go ahead and move the fist in. We're going to do the flight mode first because, as I said, the instructions just make sense. Then fold this all the way in. Now here's where the scary bit comes in. So I'm going to kind of move close up. And as you see, there's these tabs here, and there's these 2 pieces right there, right here, that tab in under this clear part, and then these tabs tab in, and it's a very, very tight fit. It also has tabs on the side here, and this is all clear plastic, so you're going to want to be very careful to get all this stuff in without forcing it too much, and you're actually going to need to force this bit. My pieces here do not stay at all, which is really irritating. And so for the actual official instructions, we want to put his arms like this, wings back, take his wings here, fold them around. You'll see the little white stripes. These are wings. Fold them around. There he is in the official flight mode. And add the weapons. The back piece there. And this goes on top. So he looks like this for his flight mode. Now what I like to do, I like to have it a little bit more G1 look. So I take the arms and I just kind of put them like that. And I like the wings personally like this, but they're position them however you want to do it. It's yours. I also like to take his gun, maybe stick it on the side, or maybe even like that. So I think this is a good way to do the flight mode. I think what's interesting about the flight mode is he has these wings here, which again need paint to differentiate it from the back. A nice red stripe like the Masterpiece one would suffice. These pieces here do not stay for shit on mine at all, and it's really quite annoying. They don't stay no matter what I do. They stay a little bit better in car mode, but not that much. So for car mode, I'm going to take them, his wings like this, and here's what you have on the bottom. So you want to take his arms, move these up like this, fold them out, just exactly like the Generation 1. Move them up, in, down, and there's like a little point inside there, right there. You can see where it snaps in. So you want to take that and snap it in. Do that the same thing for both sides. Then of course the wings fold in, down like that. Take this out, move the stabilizers back, try to get those snapped in. If you can, keep those snapped in. Mine will not. Then you have his car mode. Now his car mode is really nice if these pieces would snap in the front. Not a lot of paint on the back. It doesn't have any taillights to speak of, but he does have some detail showing through the window there. You can see the robot bits right there, and I think that was absolutely intentional. Also, maybe just a stripe there to differentiate it from the actual Corvette, which you know they don't have the license to. You can see some of the robot feet through the windshield. Doesn't show up too bad. I wouldn't mind if these were actually painted like the chest, which you can see the chest through there a little bit. So even though it's a faux part, the chest does end up being where the cab is on the car. He rolls very nicely. And of course he has that Autobot logo with the red wings. Like in the cartoon, he doesn't have the multicolored red flames. Again, Toy Hacks, please come to the rescue. Now, in car mode, you can also have him have his missile launchers, and his gun can be there via the port on top of the weapons. He also has ports on the side of the car right here, so you could push that right there. I do wish that these actually stayed together, because that's very unsightly. Again, it's just disappointing. For comparisons in car mode, here he is with his Generation 1 counterpart. You see where they took some liberties on making a less sleek of a car, maybe to try to get around that copyright a little bit. There he is, next to deluxe class wheeljack. And here he is next to Earthrise Optimus Prime. Good scaling, decent scaling on them. So overall, he is just shy of good. So over time, I feel this guy's going to become a little bit more floppy than he is already. It's a shame. A character that is such an iconic character. He does look really nice. He'll display perfectly as long as you don't move him around a lot, because eventually he's just not going to stand up. There's a lot of really big missteps on this design, and it's sad. It's sad because overall the sculpt work is gorgeous. The paint work is pretty good. It needs some more sticker detail. Hopefully Toy Hacks will take care of that. He looks great on the shelf, but as an actual figure, it falls short. He's got that. This is all clear plastic, and it snaps together into the hood here. It's gonna break, and it's so tight that I'm just afraid to do it over and over again. In fact, this review is probably the last time I'll have him transformed, which is a shame, because I do like fiddling with the Transformers, and this is not one to do that. Which, again, like I've said a whole bunch of times, it's a letdown. But I still recommend him. He looks good, and he strikes. I don't think there's a better one other than the Masterpiece, at least as far as character design. So if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. It really helps me out. Give a comment down below. Ring the bell for notifications. See you guys next time.